Hello, my name's Sharon and I'm the creator of the .com programme. I started life as a crime reporter and presenter working at ITV, the BBC and Sky. A head-on car crash on the way to the BBC studios changed my life. When I was trapped inside the car, I didn't know if I was alive or dead, and I felt a great disappointment that I hadn't made a difference with my life. When I recovered, I ran a homeless hostel with my husband Neil, who was a former Metropolitan Police officer. Neil was a riot instructor and suffered a serious head injury whilst on duty. He had to retire from the police, and as we'd both had near-death experiences, we decided we wanted to use our skills to help people. In the hostel, we saw that children had to deal with many serious issues that affected their parents' lives, and that was where I had the idea to create a cartoon character who could be a friend to children. I was particularly aware of the dangers emerging online, and so it seemed like a great idea to make .com a friend to guide children through the risks that they might face in life. I grew up in a house where there was constant violence, and my parents had no idea that when they left me with my grandparents, that my grandfather would sexually abuse me. So between the ages of 3 and 7, I suffered violence and abuse, which left me with learning difficulties for some time. I was very lucky that my mother escaped, and we went to live with my grandmother, who helped me to recover and to learn to read. Dancing was also a great comfort to me, and at 7 I became a pupil of Len Goodman, who later went on to become a judge on the BBC show Strictly Come Dancing. My grandmother inspired me to become a newsreader when she told me that I'd learned to read so well that I should read Thames News, the local ITV programme. I was 22 when I became a newsreader and read Thames News, and I went on to work for the BBC and then Sky News. It was the Commissioner Sir John Stevens who asked me to tell the story of my childhood publicly and to become a consultant to the Police and Home Office, helping officers understand the effects of violence and abuse on children. I went on to work with the Metropolitan Police and later the National Police Chief Council, and I created the .com programme to help children learn the skills to speak up about issues which frighten or worry them. I created .com, a cartoon friend for children, and then went on to work with the parents of the murdered Surrey teenager Millie Dowler to create the Watch Over Me film series for secondary schools. The resources are designed to help children learn about real-life issues and to develop an emotional vocabulary. The secondary school programme is based on a soap opera featuring true stories. The primary programme gives each child their own journal, which belongs to them and only the teacher can read it. It's a way to communicate with adults and record their own experiences. And as the programme is based on a cartoon character, it speaks to children about safeguarding issues in their own language and gives them a way to ask for help. In 2017, I became part of a project started by the Chief Constable of Essex, Stephen Kavanagh, to bring together partners to create a resource which would be free to schools and would help children learn how to protect themselves from the current digital threat. And so the .com programme was brought into the digital world through the support of the police, Microsoft and a company called DataArt, who created the first digital journal. But most important are the children and young people who helped develop the content and who worked hard to help others. We're now looking for funding to support and develop the .com learning programme and to make it available to children across the UK and the rest of the world. Thank you for watching, and we really hope that you'll consider becoming involved and helping us make a difference.